Kind of the crappy thing about using a pedal like this in the effects loop is that the adjustments are just so small and fine. There's really kind of like a millimeter difference between something that sounds great and something that sounds absolutely terrible. Hey, what's up guys? This is Bryce Van Hoosen. Today we're going to check out one of the most maligned pedals on the internet. This is the BOSS MD-2 Mega-Distortion. Alright, so we know that the BOSS DS1 is super beloved amongst pedal nerd internet tone connoisseurs, and the Metal Zone, which has spent time as the previously most maligned pedal on the internet, it's experiencing a bit of a renaissance these days. Or resurgence, renaissance, resurgence. I don't know, people seem to like it now. Anyway, the Mega-Distortion is something that not really many people seem to enjoy. So today, we're going to take this thing for a spin and we're going to see if we can make it sound cool or if it's just a piece of crap that should be listed on reverb. So we're going to conduct two tests with this. The first one is going to be, I'm going to be going into my effects loop of this Marshall vintage modern amp down here, and we're going to be using it basically as a preamp, and then I'm going to connect the loop, go through the preamp in this vintage modern, and we'll use this as kind of like an extra gain and EQ sort of phase in the chain. So let me wire this thing up and let's check it out. Okay, so a little bit about the signal chain. First off, I am playing my, God, what year is this? 2017, or I got it in 2018, Jackson King V Pro with EMG 57 and 66 pickups in it. I'm tuned to E flat. I'm going straight into the effects loop of this Marshall vintage modern. This is how we're gonna set up test number one here. And then from there going into the BOSS Wazacraft tube amp expander. And from there going into my Universal Audio Apollo Twin, which is in recording direct in Reaper. All right, so I have a little mini smorgasbord of pedals here, so we're gonna try to boost this thing with various different boosting devices, I guess. So up here we have the Fortin 33, which is very similar, if not exactly the same as the Fortin grind pedal. We have an Aris Effects aggressive screamer, which I really like. It is basically just a tube screamer with an extra tight control that makes it a little more top-end aggressive. Rat pedal, which if you saw my video last week, this is probably my new favorite boosting pedal. And then into the BOSS Mega-Distortion, which is what is going to generate most of the tone here. So right now, this is the clean power amp. 50 watt KT66, I believe, power amp from the Marshall vintage modern. Okay, Mega-Distortion on. All right, not bad, not bad, not bad. Let's see how, if we can dial this guy in a little bit here. So level got turned all the way up, well, almost all the way up. There we go. Distortion. All right, so we got the gain boost here. Distortion in the middle. I actually kind of like that. If we turn it up a little bit more. There we go. All right, so then for the, what do we got? Tone and bottom. So this little split level tone control here. That's actually not sounding that bad. Bottom, all the way up. Way too much. Okay, so that's actually not sounding that bad. Not as bad as I thought anyway. Yeah, it's kind of hard to balance the bottom and the top end. The top is kind of shrill. The bottom just makes it a little bit like, whoa. So getting that kind of definition by itself may be a little bit hard. This boost control, it's good. I see what they're kind of trying to do. They're trying to build in sort of like an internal boost, but I have a sneaking suspicion that one of these guys is going to perform a little bit better than just that knob in there. So, all right, so let's turn on the Aris Effects Aggressive Screamer. Again, basically just a standard tube screamer with a tight control. I think that'll come in real handy. All right, maybe some of that tone can come down now. Yeah, it definitely sounds really aggressive. It actually sounds pretty good. I think that's a pretty passable tone there, honestly. Pitch harmonics are super easy, that's nice. It's definitely got kind of a different vibe than the Metal Zone. I don't think it has quite the upper mid spike that is a little bit, dare I say, infamous in the Metal Zone. All right, let's try it with El Rat. Ooh, there we go. We'll turn the distortion on the Rat down just a little tiny bit here. Boost down. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's sounding really good. So let's see, let's mess around with the controls on the Rat a little bit more. This thing, a lot of bottom end, like I said, it's real kind of big, round, sort of resonant. It's good on an amp that maybe doesn't have quite as much bottom end. But with the Rat, one thing I didn't talk about in the video I did last week is the filter control, and how basically what they did was they made it so that if you turn the filter down, it adds more top end. So I'm gonna do that right now. Turn it down just a little bit. Oh. Pinch harmonics just jump right off, super easy there. Okay, so last test in this configuration before I plug in the send, and we'll sort of complete the loop and get the preamp on the Vintage Modern going as well, is, let's try it with the Fortin 33. All right, same kind of vibe I feel like as the Rat, where you get that real high upper mid boost. This one is a lot tighter though, so it works really well with a pedal like this. It's super, you know, big bottom end boomy. I feel like I can add a little bit more distortion here since the 33 relatively clean. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. That sounds killer. Not bad for using a couple pedals to sort of substitute the preamp of a killer sounding amp. Okay, so right now I am going to plug in the send into this guy, and then I'm gonna go straight into the front end of the Vintage Modern, and yeah, let's check out how that sounds. Cool, so now we're getting basically just the front end of the Vintage Modern. So let's turn on the Mega-Distortion. Again, this is another cool way to use a, you know, quote unquote preamp distortion pedal. Use it in the effects loop. You're kind of combining two different layers of distortion, and it works really well for an amp that, you know, has a preamp section that doesn't have a ton of gain. You can sort of blend them together and come up with, you know, your own sort of cool combination here. So, Mega-Distortion. Oh yeah, that's a lot. Alright, what happens if we boost this thing? Just try the 33 first. All right, that actually sounds kind of bad going through there. So what happens if we put it in front of the amp? Haha, there we go. All right, so now I'm going through my pedal board. I have a noise gate turned on since I'm in the pedal board, might as well, right? Save us any suffering. And then we're going with the 33 in front. That's what that sounds like. Let's kick on the Mega-Distortion. No more annoying hiss. Noise gate is a little aggressive. Let me turn that down. Whew, yeah, sounds mean. All right, I'm gonna throw one more pedal in front of it on the pedal board. Let's try out the Rat. Love the Rat. Rat's on, same settings. Let's try this. Whew. Those EQ controls are real powerful now. That's a lot of fun. I feel like I'm still getting maybe a little bit too much here, so let's turn some of this stuff down. I mean, as I expected, the Rat in front of it sounds a little bit more nasty. I think I could probably dial this in a little bit better if I really composed myself and got those knobs down to sort of micro turns. Kind of the crappy thing about using a pedal like this in the effects loop is that the adjustments are just so small and fine. There's really kind of like a millimeter difference between something that sounds great and something that sounds absolutely terrible. But yeah, there we have it, the BOSS Mega-Distortion, the much maligned successor to the DS1. I don't even know. It's kind of, you know, somewhere between a DS1 and a Metal Zone, if you ask me. But it sounds pretty cool, in my opinion. You can definitely get some good tones out of it. And yeah, I do like the ability to dial in kind of a bigger low end, since that sort of seems to be the weakest link of using something like a pedal-based distortion. So with the right boost, that's what it all comes down to, really. That's sort of the name of the game in metal guitars anyway. Always find the right boost to make that core distortion sound really cool. All right, thanks for watching. I am Bryce Van Hoosen. Give me a like and a subscribe if you enjoy this kind of stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.